Hello.
Hello! Hello! And welcome to Express Yourself, where we learn to master the art of communication. And what is communication if not messing up when you least want to?
Every day, all the time.
Right. And what is communication?
I mean, we use it every day. We use it with our friends, our families,
with ourselves,
in our heads.
Here, what we're going to do is give you some tricks and tips on how to become more efficient and better communicators. And today we're going to start with 4 basic components of communications. And the first one is being an active listener.
Yes.
And an active listener is somebody who doesn't just think before they speak or start thinking, what is that person going to say? Because we don't know what the other person is going to say.
As she's talking, I'm using my verbal affirmations, such as okay, yes, I see what you're saying, or or I can kind of repeat back what she's saying. So what you're saying is I need to take a step back and kind of just be quiet for a little bit and listen to what the other person has to say.
And there's a saying that says you were born with 2 ears and 1 mouth, so we want to listen twice as much as we want to talk. Double listening, less talking, for sure. And verbal affirmations also show that you're interested, and that builds trust between you and the person that you're talking to.
Right.
And as a whole, I think it's fair to say that we want to be heard, understood, and we want to be seen.
Non-verbal communication. So using your body language and to show if you're interested or not, right? So I'm interested in hearing what you have to say because I'm looking at you, right? And I'm furrowing my brows and I'm leaning in a little bit, wow, really? And using my verbal affirmations and my nonverbal, right? So I'm just
nonverbal communication is being able to express what you want without using words, and those are all the things that Bree just shared. And those are really important when, again, you're an active listener because you want to show interest in what the other person is saying. Research has shown that communication is broken down into 55% body language, 38% your tone of voice, and 7% the words we use. Yeah. And so body language kind of builds the most important part of our communication, which is being able to give those cues that you're interested and show that you want to be an active listener. And then tone of voice, that's 38%, and that's a cool one.
The second most important.
Right, and one that I think is really fun because getting to practice this has been really interesting to be able to see how you can play around with your tone to get different types of points across.
Right.
The idea is that you want to emphasize the words are the most important in that sentence. So I didn't say she stole the car. Maybe I said you said she stole the car.
I didn't say she stole the car. So that's saying maybe I didn't say it verbally, but maybe I wrote it down. Maybe I
body language.
Yeah, I used my body language to kind of suggest it, but I didn't say it.
You can also say I didn't say she stole the car. Maybe she crashed it. I hope no one crashes in cars.
Yeah.
So again, language and tone of voice.
Or I didn't say she stole the car. Maybe, they thought I was talking about a car, but I was actually talking about a boat.
Tone of voice, very important. And then being able to use clarity and concise words. So again, research shows that we want to be understood. Sitting here today, we really want to be able to share with you very specific ways and very short type of techniques to be able to carry out into your everyday life. And so being able to use language, and Albert Einstein said that if you can't explain it in a simple way, that means you don't understand it well enough.
Right.
So we want to be able to use words that are meaningful, because even though it's 7%, I think words are very powerful. Once something gets said, there's no taking it back. And the tone in which you say it is very important. The body language in which you use is going to be very important. And then hopefully the active listening is also. So all of these, key elements are all just as important.
And going back also to body language, I want to emphasize that it's not just your body language. If I'm talking to you and you're like, I can tell you want to listen to everything I have to say.
I want to always listen to everything else.
So you look interested, right? So now show me uninterested. Like if I'm talking to you, like, hello? Hello? Like, or if you're just like, or if you got, I don't have a watch, but if you're like,
looking at your watch,
like if you're looking at people doing these things while you're talking, like you're gonna think, oh, they probably have some better place to be than talking to me. My bad, So that's very important to recognize your own body language, but also to recognize other people's body language. So when talking about that being an active listener too, like you want to show someone that you're interested. You want to be double listening with your two ears, right, and less speaking, and really showing that you can like say exactly what they said, kind of like back to them, or maybe paraphrase it and say, oh, so what you're saying is she didn't steal the car, she actually stole the boat, right? So they can see that you are actively listening and you understand what they're actually saying. So being understood,
right,
being seen and being heard.
You want to try to ask less statement questions, more close-ended questions, like, so you went to the store today? Just a yes or no answer. You want to have some more open-ended questions. So where did you go today?
Macy's.
And what did you do in Macy's?
I went shopping and I got a perfume and I got chapstick and I got a purse.
See, all the things you learn when you ask open-ended questions. There's also some fun ways you can practice feeling really uncomfortable, and after the person is done talking, you can wait around 3 seconds without saying anything, and you'd be surprised to find out that people will continue to talk, and so they'll keep giving you more information. And again, going back to wanting to be seen, wanting to be heard, wanting to be understood, that gives your conversational partner, to have more room to do that.
Right. So if you're asking more open-ended questions, better open-ended questions, because even like, where did you go? Yes, it wasn't like a yes or no, but it was still one-worded.
Are you saying my question?
It could be better.
And we can always improve.
A better open-ended question can say like, oh, where did you go to Macy's? But you did follow up with, okay, and what did you buy? You see, you are following up with more questions, which is what we were saying about being an active listener, kind of like just making them feel like, yeah, you are listening, like you're asking me questions.
So just to kind of recap our 4 key components. Active listening. We want to have nonverbal communication. 55% of our communication is body language. We want to have tone of voice. We want to make sure we have the right tone, knowing what we want to say and emphasize. Right. 38%, that's also a big number, and being clear and concise with our words. And just because 7% of words part of our communication, it's actually, I think, more valuable than any of the other things. Because again, the words, they mean so much. They have so much meaning.
For sure.
We want to know what you guys would love to hear about, or if you want to share some of your communication stories with us, we'd love to hear that. So comment.
Yeah, you can comment, or you can DM, or anything that you're still confused about, or you want to know more.
Join us. We'll be here on Thursdays, sharing how to master the art of communication. Till next time.